I'm Jo Woodhams, the Wellbeing Programmes Leader at Wiltshire Wildlife Trust. We are a national leading provider of nature-based mental health support, and we have been delivering free at point of access programmes to adults across Wiltshire and Swindon since 2008. Funded by the National Lottery Community Fund, the Swindon Wellbeing Programme started in 2016 and supports adults with mild to moderate mental health issues. By coming on the programme, participants are supported to improve their wellbeing, have reduced loneliness and isolation, increase confidence and self-esteem, to identify and meet personal goals, to increase physical activity, and to move on to other employment, volunteering or training. Participants can self-refer or be referred by any professional. We receive referrals from a whole range of sources such as GPs, AWP, Lift Psychology, voluntary sector organisations such as Mind, Ipsum and Twigs, Probation, Job Centre Plus and housing providers, to name just a few. Referral forms can be found on our website, or we can email or post them. Once we have received a referral, we set up an initial meeting to get to know the participant, to explain what the programme entails and to make sure it is suitable for them. This includes completing an individual risk assessment and identifying any specific support needs. The participant is then invited to attend a taster session. We have things in place to help participants overcome potential barriers to engagement. We provide minibus transport from the town centre. We have budget to reimburse travel costs and can supply outdoor clothing and boots, things that are definitely needed in the winter months. We buddy new participants up with a volunteer support assistant. A VSA is a participant who has completed their 6 months on the programme, who has received training and now provides practical and emotional support to others, an expert through experience. The atmosphere is inclusive and welcoming. It doesn't usually take long for new members to settle in. A typical day for participants starts by meeting the minibus in the morning at Swindon train station. We then head out to one of our many nature reserves in or near Swindon. As well as our own sites, we work with other organisations and community groups like Lydiard Park and Seven Fields Community Orchard. We've run a couple of fantastic joint events with Ipsum and we welcome new partnerships. Participants enjoy a ground force type day where we can transform a green space into a haven for wildlife. One of our favourites was helping the early intervention in psychosis team with their allotment. Based on the 6 ways to wellbeing, the activities we do are really varied. A big part of what we do is practical environmental conservation. Participants work as a group towards a common goal, doing something physical that provides a sense of achievement. Participants learn new skills, such as how to safely use tools and traditional habitat management techniques. Tasks undertaken are genuinely meaningful. As a wildlife trust, we rely heavily on volunteers. I think this is why participants feel so invested in the programme, because they gain a real sense of ownership and pride. Other things we do include bushcraft activities like shelter building, fire lighting and green woodwork. Natural arts and crafts and wildlife photography. Bird ringing, making bat boxes, bird boxes, hedgehog houses, bug hotels, creating wildlife ponds and hibernaculums. Nature ID skills, wildflower surveys and butterfly monitoring. Horticulture and food growing. Foraging and outdoor cooking. Sensory stimulation and mindful activities. Interpersonal skills and team building activities. We've done canoe safaris, bat and moth evenings, and we run an annual photography calendar competition. And occasionally we get up to some more unusual things. So why does it work? There's a growing body of evidence proving that being connected to nature is good for our mental health. Biophilia means love of life. The biophilia hypothesis states that humans are innately attracted to natural spaces due to how we have evolved. The attention restoration theory suggests that nature helps us to overcome mental fatigue and improves our ability to focus and direct our attention effectively. Nature connectedness studies have found that it's not enough to just access green or blue spaces. We need to really engage with nature if we want it to help improve our well-being. You're probably familiar with the 5 ways to well-being. We use the 6 ways to well-being, the 6th being care for the planet. A typical day on the wellbeing programme might start with a conservation activity. Let's take hazel coppicing as an example. Participants learn an important woodland management technique, the reason we do it, the skills we use, and the tools to safely carry out the task. It's a physical activity. We're caring for the planet by increasing biodiversity, and participants connect with others by working as a team. And of course, participants are giving by volunteering to help the Wildlife Trust. Lunch could be jacket potatoes or veggie chili cooked on the campfire. A shared meal further supports social connections. After lunch, a wildflower ID walk requires participants to take notice as they observe small details and beauty that might normally be missed. Each person can stay on the Swindon Wellbeing Programme for up to 6 months. Throughout that time, we carry out one-to-one reviews with participants so they can reflect on their experience and identify next steps. At the end of their 6 months, we support participants to move on to something else. Quite often that will be one of our follow-on groups. We run a social and therapeutic horticulture group at our Shrivenham Road allotment, as well as a conservation volunteer group at our nature reserves and other sites in Swindon. Thanks to funding from Swindon Borough Council, for the rest of this year we are able to provide free or very low cost mental health training to organisations in Swindon, particularly those with volunteering opportunities that our participants may be able to get involved with. Currently we are offering mental health first aid, mental health awareness and Connect 5. Please get in touch if you would like more information. In addition, we're about to launch a nature-based workplace wellbeing service as a means to generate income to fund the wellbeing programme. We're offering a range of services, including staff wild wellbeing days at our nature reserves, in-house workshops, and the creation of indoor or outdoor wellbeing areas at organisations' workplaces. Please get in touch to find out more.
There you go. Thank you, Joe, for that. That was absolutely fantastic. And so Joe is here with us. So any questions? Anyone want to ask a question? Hi there, Joe.
Hi.
Good to see you. Yeah. So I'll just throw out there because I put out an email to, we've got a local group of organisations because I mean, the message about nature is very powerful in your video. And this year's National Awareness Week on Mental Health has a focus on, the theme is nature. So I have actually sent a mail to different local groups, but I wonder what the plan is for National Awareness Week and whether anyone on this call is actually interested in getting involved. Joe, are you leading up with anything on that?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot going on. We're doing some online workshops for a couple of organisations, sort of corporate wellbeing type stuff, for Swindon Borough actually, and also for Carer Support Wiltshire, or Wiltshire Carer Support, not sure which way around. We're doing presentations to various groups. There'll be stuff on social media, blogs, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, lots going on around.
It's the perfect fit for you, totally.
Yeah,
thanks for that.
right.
Louise.
Hi Joe, thanks for that presentation, it was lovely. I work for a charity who support people in the community living with sight loss. Is that something you could accommodate at Wiltshire Wildlife Trust at all?
Yes, it would very much depend on individual circumstances and whether that person would need one-to-one support. We can't provide that, but if that person had other means of one-to-one support, then yes, certainly we could. If they needed it, then certainly we could, look to including them, definitely.
Oh, brilliant! So if they came along with maybe a family friend or a husband or wife, they could support them in the environment. Would that be okay?
Yeah, definitely. We'd just do an individual risk assessment as we do with everybody. But yeah, if you want to give me a call or an email, we can discuss that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Any more questions? Now we've got a couple more minutes, and so just with that 1 minute, I want to throw the question out to anybody, because obviously mental health has been the theme of the first three presentations. Is there anyone out there? Obviously we're here from the voluntary sector presenting with suggestions of where the gaps are in terms of providing help and support for, where anyone involved coming from different areas of provision think, well, this is where the voluntary sector could help more. Anyone want to put their hand up and have a bash at that? Maybe that means there are no gaps. Well, that might be wonderful. Anyone else? Final questions for Julie? For Joe, rather? Astounding science. Well, in that case, I'm going to, Rachel, don't worry, I'm going to stop this recording and start a new one so that